Hello everybody, this is ZigZagZog coming to you from Western Kentucky. We're back to continue the playthrough of XCom 2 War of the Chosen, featuring Long War of the Chosen, and we got a big one ahead of us today. So before you forget, subscribe if you're enjoying this playthrough. Hit a like if you end up enjoying this mission. It's going to be a toughie for us, 31 to 33 enemies. So hang in there and see if we can get through this one. Good news about this is we are 100% infiltrated. Advent strength has remained at 2, so having everybody hiding has paid off. Vigilance level is still high at 12, so it's just nice that that didn't tick up to a higher strength level. And the force level of 6 is pretty much what we're facing in every other region where we're active right now. So I don't expect any great amount of enemies that are at least more difficult than what we've been facing so far. Let's get in here for Operation Steaming Serpent and see what our team looks like. We have Guinan the Listener, and she comes with a promotion available as our Assault, so let's go see what we can give her to hopefully something's going to help us out on this mission. And we have extra conditioning that reduces the cooldown for my run and gun. Aggression, I can gain 5 critical chance for each enemy we see, up to a maximum of 30. And Formidable, your gear includes an extra layer of protection, granting 2 bonus ablative hit points and 50% less damage from explosive attacks. I mean, I kind of have an idea that I like all of these, but the one so far in the playthrough that frustrates me at times is not having a run and gun available when I want it because of that cooldown. So if we take extra conditioning to allow me to run and gun more frequently, I think that's where we're going to go on this one. Although Formidable for someone on the front lines like an Assault sure is a nice perk to have. But for today we're going extra conditioning. We'll see if extra uses for run and gun helps me out on this mission. We have Mr. Data the android along as our sharpshooter. Benjamin Mystic Anwar is along as our Templar, and I'm pretty sure earlier I saw that he had a promotion available. I don't know why I'm not seeing the indicator now. Let's get in here. Yeah, we do. The Mystic level, so he's matching his nickname now. And we have 3 Reflect. When the Templar has 2 or more focus, there's a chance to reflect incoming shots, so it's kind of a defensive bonus. Invert, switch locations with an enemy unit. It costs 1 focus. Deep focus, you can have more focus now. The focus level's increased from 2 to 3, and we also have deep focus. Templar are surrounded by an aura that immediately extinguishes or blocks any mental impairments for themselves and nearby squad mates. I really like the sound of that one. But the cost of it right now, well, I guess I could choose it over these others, but I've never really done a lot with invert, and I'm going to give it a shot. It sounds like a way I'd be tempted to use a lot more of my focus, and at the right time in the right place, this could be a great way with Mr. Lack of Mobility here to get him in a position where he could do me some good. So I'm gonna mess around with invert on this one. And after that we have Q along as our technical. Keith, Caretaker Murl, is our gunner, and he's the last promotion we got to worry about on this particular mission. We got Hail of Bullets, Shredder, and Mayhem. Gain 25% bonus against enemies who attempt to move when suppressed. And you are a suppressor, but we've got a little more of offensive abilities going here. So I'm gonna tie in Shredder on this one. It seems like lately the armor's picking up, and I have not as many options always that I would like on a mission to help get rid of some of that armor. So I think, at least for the immediate, I'm going with Shredder. After that, we have Geordi, Visor, LaForge is our Shinobi, so we do have a Shinobi. Jeffrey, Warrior Drag, is a Grenadier. William, number 1 Riker, is along as a Specialist. We have our 2nd Sharpshooter in Garth, Sully, DeAngelis, and we also have Courz, Deathknell, Exoxus. She's along as our skirmisher, so we have 2 special classes on one mission joining us for this one. Hopefully that helps make a difference. We shall see. Let's get in there, get this baby started. The wilderness of the Eastern U.S. Gonna have to get used to handling such a large squad. We haven't had the fun of having such a large squad in a while. Okay, we are near the edge over here. Got a long way to go for the edge on that side. We have a little height elevation at the moment, but I can kind of tell we're gonna have to give up this height advantage. Except maybe we can leave back a sharpshooter or 2 initially just to cover our move forward. So kind of taking a look at the map, let's see if we have some kind of shinobi to get us started. And Geordi, that is going to be you today. Let's see if we can move forward and get some vision on what we're dealing with here. We'll kind of scout you along this side to start with.
Nice, sir.
We'll see if we can't get some scouting off in the other direction just to kind of set up a perimeter. Okay, we got the structure ahead of us here. I'm wondering if we're going to run into turrets over here. We'll find out. I'd like to send somebody off in another direction to kind of get, trying to think, a Mystic. I guess what we'll do is we'll use you if you can get out of the crowd. Now you're surrounded by the crowd, so we won't use you. So we'll, Courz, why don't we send you off in the other direction? Let's start here. And we'll move you a little farther. We're near the back, so I doubt we got to worry about them back here. We'll move you up here.
As you command.
And we have, there we go, we have our turret. I knew there'd probably be a turret, and we have one now right smack dab in front of us. We'll find out how many more we're going to end up facing, but right now that's our first. It's not hideous with the amount of armor and hit points, so looks like force level 6 is holding up. So let's see who else we can get up there. We'll get our assault near the front.
I wouldn't go there if I were you.
Mr. Data, our sharpshooters will leave towards the back. Mystic, we should be able to move you up. In fact, let's move the shinobi a little farther forward. Geordi, let's stretch your limits of vision and see what you see over by these buildings over here. Nothing. And how far much forward? I almost feel like I want to get more vision down the side here.
Got it.
Kind of set up a good perimeter for us.
A good decision.
We have our specialist here who would be nice to get out there.
I guess I'd better pack an extra pair of boots.
And we have some sharpshooters in the back. We'll kind of bring you guys up to the corner. Oh wait, that's Q. That's my technical. All of a sudden going, wait, you're not a sharpshooter? We'll kind of bring you down the center data, I'm thinking. So we can use your abilities either side, depending on where we might make contact. Now let's get some sharpshooters over to positions to sharpshoot from.
Aye, sir.
Heading out.
Now obviously we have the ability to go live right away, but I'd like to find out where a few more enemies are before we make that kind of commitment. So let's just steady at the moment. Find out if we get any sound cues out of this rain storm that we're advancing in. The mood is right. Now we got a lone. We got a drone. We don't know if it's a lone drone or tied into anybody at the moment, but we've got a drone hovering around in the back. Kind of feeling like I'd love to get a little vision into some windows, ideally. And we don't have to worry about the range on that turret, fortunately.
Yes, Captain.
At least not with our shinobi, eh?
There you are.
Any view in the building? Oh, we got multiple drones. So far the level of enemies aren't causing a lot of fear yet. These are individual rooms, so it doesn't really give me a true read or true vision into that building. This one does a little bit more. So maybe we park you up a little higher. Take a peek up here, Geordi. Since we don't have to worry about activating that turret, with you at least. Another turret. Well, thank goodness we didn't activate that one. Oh, thank goodness, thank goodness, thank goodness. So we got multi-level turrets on this side. So I don't know, we'll see. We may have some room-to-room, door-to-door battles ahead of us. Mystic, I think we're going to bring you off to the side here, see if we see anything between buildings over here.
The power guides me.
So far, nothing. I wouldn't mind just kind of getting the side cleared for peace of mind on my end. Exoxus, we're going to bring you up over this way for starters, just to get more vision over here. It looks like all we're really seeing is the turrets. Kind of get up to the building on this side to take a peek. Odds are we probably aren't going to find a lot of bats. So it looks like we are looking at enemies that are going to end up being inside, indoors, staying out of the rain is what it looks like. So with that in mind, I'm kind of thinking we're going to push back more in this direction and see about entering over on this left side more. Yeah, let's do that and see if we can't get a little height while we're at it. Over on this building that doesn't seem to have quite the quantity of turrets in the way over on the side. And maybe will help our maneuvering. At least from getting pinched in between two different groups. So I think I've made a commitment here early on and we're gonna see if we can't go with it.
Good.
Moving to designated position.
Sharpshooters over to this side too. I don't know. We got trees blocking the way, so I don't know the best kind of vision they might get through there to support us, but we'll bring them over.
Affirmative. Already there.
steady on the 2 snipers as we get everybody moved around here. So a little positioning early on because I just don't want to walk into a cluster of enemies. And when you're dealing with 33, you know, and we've had sight of maybe 4, 2 drones and 2 turrets. There can be a monster group of enemies if we aren't careful, and that's hopefully something we can avoid. I'm going to bring you up high, I think, and we should be able to avoid enemies, and we'll pick up the high ground over on this side near the turret. So you're the shinobi, you can get away with doing that.
Aye, sir.
So the roof is appearing okay at the moment, but we're going to have vision on the other side of the roof shortly, and maybe that's where we start seeing the biggest amount of fun. So let's just get everybody going in that direction then.
All right.
Advancing quickly.
Exoxus has the longest way to run. Hopefully she can keep up with things. Kind of take a peek in that room. I don't know if it's a big room or just a little cubicle like the other building.
Time to motor.
And I'll even work on bringing the snipers down at this
Double
point
time.
so we can get them some high ground also
Aye, sir.
as we take the building.
That seems reasonable.
So a lot of positioning early on.
I'm all over it.
But boy, when it explodes, I have a feeling it will explode big time. Rather than push you to the edge now, we're going to just hold off on you, Geordi, until we get some more support nearby. Hearing a door open, hearing some glass breaking. So they're definitely inside, and they're definitely making their rounds, looking to
I see the
get busy
bomb.
with us.
Rolling out.
Geordi, I think we're going to pop you up to the edge just to take a peek.
Yes, sir. Seeing is believing, huh?
And there we get our first peek. Advent Trooper, Stun Lancer, Advent Mech, Muton. So that gets us up to 4-ish, 5, 6, 7. So we're up around a third. No, about a quarter of the enemies we have sight on. How about that? Makes you feel comfortable, doesn't it? Well, you're the viewer. A lot of things can make you more comfortable than me. Let's see.
Here is where I want to be.
On the move.
Exoxus, we want to run you way up as fast as you can because you're going to be vital with some of your abilities to helping us out of some tight spots. I think we'll just park you right here for now. Just see if any other pods come stumbling in our way.
Rolling out.
pause to give me time to think about what we need to do. We'll get our sharpshooters
I
up
would be
here
happy
now.
to, sir.
Maybe, depending on how far away they move from me, this may be the point where we go loud. We got definitely a height advantage here initially, and you're kind of locked in there, Geordi. Let's get you up this way, Benjamin Anwar, to take a peek right there,
As you direct.
so we get a better feel for range that we're safe to move in. Now let's take a look at you. Okay, you aren't even in their zone, but you're a lot closer to it. It reaches down below you, just not quite up to the building. So it gives me a better idea of where I can get away with positioning. And we got to get some more sharpshooters up here.
Got it. Moving.
You are not locked down there. So I'm kind of feeling, where do I want to try and get you, Mr. Shinobi Man? Now if I move over this way, we got to worry about the turret, so I can't really get vision down there. So I'm kind of thinking, if I move you down this way, I would like to kind of get you a little forward to see what else might be ahead of us before we activate. So let's run you all the way down here, Geordi.
That's the way I see it.
And get some others up here for us.
Good to go.
Now obviously I'm not interested in keeping everybody up here grouped that much with an active mech down there to blow us away as we're grouped together. He would be a high priority.
It's a
but
risk I think we have to take.
yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. It's a risk we're going to take. Wow, you just don't have the range, DeAngelis, do you? Courz, we can get you up a little closer.
A long run.
Yes.
Let's see where they wander. They're going to keep wandering away. So we didn't have everybody up there at the right time to really activate when I might have ideally wanted to. But we'll see if they turn around and just make a loop around the courtyard coming back. We'll find out. But I want to make sure I'm activating on my terms. At least it seems to allow us to potentially jump down here now with you, Geordi. Gives us a space to widen our vision on what else we might activate. Over here, it'll at least let me see where we are ahead of us. We'll try this spot right here for you.
Yes, Captain.
No vision on anybody else yet. No vision on anybody else yet. So we'll kind of, I guess with that in mind, we can continue sliding down on the roof. Now we've got a sharpshooter we'll be able to get up here now. At least one of them. Mystic, we definitely want to get you more in range of these guys since you have limited range. It doesn't get you in range, at least not detection range. You definitely would be in range to be shot at, but as Mystic you would probably drop down from there. So this might not be the ideal place to activate from either, just because the turrets Unless I just have somebody in my back pocket to take care of that turret.
It's far, but I can reach it. Location confirmed. Will do.
I was sent to investigate.
And now we're going to finally get close to having our last sharpshooter up there.
Solid copy.
And Courz, you're going to finally be able to make it up here too. Well, that's not good.
As you order.
There we go. Silence, we're all up here, we're all
I suppose it's more
overwatched
interesting
and
from
just
the
about
T-band.
overwatched and steadied. And they're going to continue on their loop, it looks like. Sure would be nice to know where at least one more pod is. Ah, there we go. I got my wish, didn't I? Gunner, officer,
I love
rocketeer,
surprise
sentry.
parties.
1, 2, 3. What is that? Pot of 6. Bunch of different advents and officers. You know, I'm starting to think, as long as we don't get, at least with the strength of the enemies, as long as we don't get ourselves overwhelmed by quantity of enemies, we should be okay based on what I'm seeing so far. So I guess the big thing is just timing and getting the activation on our terms. Now I wonder, this dang turret keeps me from spreading out more on some of these different buildings at the moment. That I definitely do not like. I'm wondering if I need to get anybody else down. Let's just get an idea on the range. Oh, that's a throwing. You aren't my grenadier. My grenadier's right here. Let's get a range or an idea on the range of a frag grenade. Yeah, we aren't in great range, but if they move down below us, boy, watch out, guys. We may have the right time to activate. Shinobi. How far back does this map go? A long way, it would appear. A long way. So this is just the initial contact that we're making right now. We got another layer of buildings here. Wondering the best place to try my Shinobi. Let's push you forward just a little bit more.
Okay.
Nothing. I think what we'll do is park it.
I'm on it. On my way.
We'll just steady the sharpshooters and overwatch everybody else.
I
I'm
will
guessing.
not waver. No one gets by me. Position confirmed. I'm on it.
Let's see how they wander. Okay, they're coming down the little alley. I think I'm not too concerned now that we only had the laser weapons. I'm feeling we'll match up okay. And there's our two drones, two miscellaneous hunter, or two drones that could make life difficult for us, especially if they wander over our way. So I got to feel, how lucky do I feel? This other pod is kind of out of distance. If we activate when they move towards us next turn, that may be the best time I can think of to go at the moment. Let's kind of get eyes on them a little bit. See if we can at least. they're still moving back, still moving back. I kind of want to keep a little bit of eyesight on these guys, so we'll just park it right in here.
Got it.
Now the question is, will these drones activate us? Has me a little bit worried if they move in this direction. I would like to hope, since they started in that direction, they will continue in that direction, but you know, what we wish for is not always what happens. But let's overwatch with that in mind.
How boring.
What do we have sight of? Oh, we have sight of explosives down here that could do some hurt potentially on these guys over here. So make sure myself I stay away from those tanks. Exoxus will bring you a little farther forward. Yes, we are bunched, but I don't see the risk of the mech at the moment, so we'll just continue with our rooftop observation.
I suppose it's more interesting than
For
throwing the tea
better
cans.
or worse. And we have sight on the drones with our snipers. So we'll steady.
I will sense any disturbance. Overwatch.
And let's see if this next turn is going to be the one. Yeah, they're continuing to move away. We don't have the risk potentially of this multi-pod activation, but they're definitely going to probably be drawn to the noise of this pot of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Excuse me, I take that back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2 troopers. And what kind of sight? Now we got sight on a lot of different people right now. The drones decided to stay parked. So if I activate from up here, it means I got to count on those drones being in on the action too. Gosh, but what better time to do it when I can just plant a bomb right in there. How much do I need to leave in reserve in my mind for the turret and the drone? So I don't think it's one of those times where I want to have to worry about a lot of Overwatch. What I'm going to do is try to maximize the damage we got down below. And what's the best way to do that? Obviously I got a rocket. I could do a world of hurt down there. Half a tile scatter. Why the heck not? Let's just maximize the damage potential right here and right now.
Your species is always suffering and dying.
Now we got the turret flanking us. We have, looks like, what, the engineer and a trooper. I'm not worried so much about the trooper. We definitely got to worry about our flanks with these guys on the top. That's going to be one of my high priorities. Now let's see what snipers can do to protect me. Oh, they got range way back there, but that's not who I want to shoot at. Let's see, who do you have sight on? Now here's where we start having some fun. Maybe what we do over here is we lob a little grenade action onto the turret. Can we get all three? We can get all three, and let's see if we can shred some of this armor that we're looking at right over here, and then have everybody else clean it up after that.
Here, catch!
As long as we clean that up, I'm not worried about my position on the rooftop. Okay, everybody, they don't seem so threatening anymore, do they? We'll keep the Mystic. I may just drop you straight down just to take care of the engineer. Let's think and make sure we got enough for everybody to do here. Keith, Exoxus. Question is, what kind of a shot are you going to have over here with your weapon? Let's find out.
I'm trusting you here.
What? Oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness. 78. We'll work on you for the turret. 88%. See if you can't knock it out for us. And you do your job.
I got it, right?
We'll keep you in our back pocket, Geordi. Who else do we have that we can have some fun with? That might be you, Guinan. We run you over here. Actually, I can run you here, have the shot on one of the two, maybe the hunter drone. It's only 81% there, 80% on the hunter drone. Hopefully that 1% doesn't make a difference for us. Can you connect, please, Guinan?
Well, I take care of myself these days.
Alright, We got a lot of long range damage we're looking at, but I think what we'll use is this sniper because I don't want to draw those guys into it. So we'll just use the sniper on the last drone, a little bit of overkill perhaps, but he'll get the job done for us. Okay, our flanks are now secure, which means I don't want to move forward to connect with Guinan, but I will feel comfortable dropping you, Mystic, right down here to take care of this engineer. Now you have sight, and now I probably could just shoot, but we're gonna rend and see if we can't build up a little focus.
I strike surgical.
And let's see where your momentum will carry you. I think we'll keep you down below. But let's see if what I was hoping I'd be able to do then with you, William Riker, number one, is move you right here.
You better get going.
And see about getting a flank shot. So pod one down. Pod one is down. These guys are definitely going to be alert, and I will be shocked if they do not turn around and head our way. So why don't we try a little Overwatch, just in case they move our way enough.
I'm on it.
Skirmisher action. Let's see. Skirmisher, we're going to bring the skirmisher right over here. Run a little Overwatch. Of course, that was a double move. So much for paying attention and putting on Overwatch. And we'll kind of tuck you away here, Benjamin. In case they move towards us, you can come around the corner and yell surprise. And I want to keep my eyes peeled over here. Keep them in vision. And just in case they don't run straight back and towards me, we'll put you on Overwatch.
Sounds good to me.
Oh, they're continuing. Oh, holy smokes. This is not where they're supposed to wander. They're supposed to hear the noise. Is my shinobi locked in position? That is my mistake, potentially. Is he able to move? Okay, good. Alright, panicked and worried there just a little bit. See, we got a muton, we got this pod in the back out of range. I obviously could activate them quite easily. Why don't we bring you up here, Geordi, to keep eyes on them as I get everybody else over here on the high ground repositioned. We've killed 11. Oh, another turret even. I'm glad we saw that. What we may do is pick off the turrets one by one. Is that maybe what we need to do? While we can, because we got 2 more turrets and we got sight of these. That's about half. We're still only looking at about half the enemies. Still only looking about half the enemies. And nothing says I have. Let's see, neutralize all enemy targets. Yeah, so we're going to have to take them off at some point. Let's run you back here, William Riker, number 1. Now is aware. The good thing is, by getting rid of these turrets, I'm then able to get over on some other buildings that are a little farther forward to maybe get some different vision, different angles that'll help us out, and not so remotely removed as this back building. So, let's start out the action here. Maybe, are you close enough? Because we just picked you up with Shredder. Maybe what we do is we bring you up here first to soften the target, Keith.
Okay, I'll go.
And then finish it off. At least as long as you can hit. Yeah, 98%, you dang well better be able to hit. In fact, why don't we just take care of it all by your lonesome?
It has to be dead.
Okay. So they're not wandering where I expected. Let's start bringing you back this way, Mystic, so I can kind of take a peek in this building. Yeah, it seems okay. Seems okay. It allows me to come up in a good angle to take on the last turret now. Exoxus, why don't we get you up in the building near the ladder.
I advance.
Guinan, we'll do the same thing with you. That would give you vision of the turret over there, though. So we'll hold you back here a little bit. Now we got our snipers, and I don't mind keeping them back here, keeping an eye on those guys down there. And I don't feel so bad bringing you over this way now, Mystic. Let's just pile everybody up on this building, huh?
Location confirmed.
And we didn't need you after all up here, so let's bring you up to the corner. And finally, Q, you and your heavy guns, we'll get you standing right in front of the door, and we'll get you right here. And another final steady. And now they're moving towards us. So we're going to have to think about activating here pretty quick. Ooh, especially with them going out of sight a little bit. So my shinobi loses a little bit of his sight in that tower because they're right behind that thing there. So I only have vision of the stun lancer at the moment. Let's get our business done over here because they are about to move in here and move towards us. So maybe I leave who I need over here to take care of the turret and take everybody else. Do I have anybody over here with some guaranteed shredding power? Well, obviously you, Jeffrey, but you used your grenade. Exoxus, you still have your grenade, so maybe we have you do the honors to soften the turret and then have ourselves follow up afterwards. Let's try that idea. We'll have you soften the turret. At least there was a spot where you could throw your grenade over here. Come on, yeah, there we go. Let's hit that spot.
It will shake them.
And he is aware. And he is totally vulnerable. And I just got to decide who I want to finish it off. Yeah, my technical, you're going to need to, I got to try and position you down here maybe somewhere so when they move forward, and they're hiding right over there, perhaps we'll be able to get close enough for some fire. So we'll save you. I want my running gun. You don't have a grenade, Jeffrey, so let's see if you can finish it off for us over here. Yeah, you will have vision right there. We'll have you finish it from there. One of the few with a conventional weapon. One of the few. Now we got to start worrying about these guys moving towards us. So we want to get positioned. We'd like to have you available should we need help with the mech.
Acknowledge.
And we'll get everybody else kind of moved over in a little different fashion. See, they're right there. So yeah, Mystic, I can get you over here, tucked in this little corner here to be able to jump out at them.
That seems reasonable.
It seems reasonable. We'll find out. Let's get some shredding power over on this side.
On the move.
We'll keep our shinobi just tucked away as insurance. And technical, we want to get some flamethrower abilities, potentially right close enough to be able to use them. So we'll park you in front over here. And finally, Guinan, we want to get you close enough for a little run and gun action. Yeah. I think from there, because a very good chance they might see us as they move forward. No! Mistake, mistake, mistake! They saw us when I wasn't expecting them to see us. Well, what do you know? What do you know? Well, we got these two guys pushed forward. We got the Advent Trooper right down below. And we got a stun lancer. We got to figure out our priority targets. That was a bonehead move, but I didn't see that that would activate them. I didn't get any indication that that would activate them. So the indicating monitor is not apparently working to super expectation. Now, who is my biggest threat down here? Am I a bigger threat on a Muton, or am I looking at a bigger threat from a mech? Woo. You name it. I got a big threat. Now I can take care of, that's only taking care of one of the enemies here, but by taking that shot, it leaves my most pressing problems unaddressed. Jeez, the people I need actions from. This is just a horrible activation. So let's concentrate on one or the other. Let's concentrate right now. Since we're looking at squad site, they don't see us. We're gonna try the Muton for starters. That's who I want to start on. We're gonna go precision shot, and we're gonna see if we can do one heck of a bit of damage on him. Right now, I don't feel as threatened because we're not near the buildings yet for the mech. He may shoot a grenade over by Guinan where I have a couple people grouped up. That's, gosh, bad news. And I can't haywire anything because I didn't expect them to activate. So this is a costly mistake. Let's see if you can help us out a little bit on the Muton. Well, that's nice. Could you do that every time for me? Now maybe what we can do, options. We got pistol. We got hollow targeting. If that's going to help anybody, I do not know. Guinan, who did you have? You're one of the few that has a shot available. Who can you see? You can see the mech. And the stun lancer obviously is in range to do a bit of hurt on you, but let's play with the mech first. Let's do with your death from above extra move. Well, if I can get back to you. Let's hollow target the mech. And then we will see what kind of damage you can do. Unfortunately, this is not a laser weapon. We can go with a little precision shot again and see what kind of damage. He's got a little more armor. The crit chance is a lot less, but let's see if you can help us out, Sully. 5 damage.
Hit the armor.
5. Not bad. And does that leave my Shinobi and Guinan left? So the question becomes, what options do I have Shinobi-wise if I decide to activate the Shinobi? Unfortunately, he'd be standing out in the open for a trooper, which is horrible. Anyway, I'd come down to activate myself. To slice is not a good thing. The other option is dropping a grenade and activating that way and taking us right down to the stun lancer. That's counting on Guinan to hit the mech, which is at an 89% chance. I do have the ability to stun, and I think you have the, oh, you don't have the, yeah, you don't have the ones that allow us. Now I could run you up here to guarantee that hit. I was hoping we could find a way to do more damage. Who else? I could, what's the stun on the Lancer? Yeah, but I don't want to keep the mech alive. It's only 42% chance stun here. So we're going to take the shot on the mech, see if we can't knock him out. Oh, that did not play into my plans here. It's not something I was counting on. Well, we have the ability to bring and activate Geordi LaForge to get rid of our biggest threat, and then we'll take on the Trooper and the Stun Lancer. See if we can't flesh and knock out the mech. We'll bring you right into this position to at least give you a little bit of cover here. Let's go, Geordi.
Those soldiers are moving
Yeah,
in
they
faster.
see you now.
I've been tutoring him.
Now let's see what kind of damage we're going to take with these guys. You're flanked.
Sometimes that's the way life
And we got a
is.
lucky graze hit, so we'll take that. And now we got a stun lancer to follow it up, though. We did some damage on a graze hit. Too bad we couldn't take him out. So Guinan, you did take some damage overall on that. So beyond your armor, that's our first damage. Guinan the listener is no longer stunned. What kind of perk, and I missed what the perk was that helped her from no longer being stunned. Whatever it is, I will take it. I think we have a very flankable soldier if we're lucky over here. In fact, it may be that we just take the sword and finish this guy's life over here. And shouldn't have any problem. In fact, Guinan, because you were the target, let's have you just finish it off here. Fortunately, you have a med kit. Maybe we'll just do this. We'll finish it off with somebody else. Namely you, Mystic. Take the revenge with a little rend. Give him a taste of the medicine, what that close-up stuff feels like. That'll allow Guinan to heal herself. What, don't you have a... Aha! So I... She only had the one movement left after recovering from stun, and I didn't notice that. Maybe we have somebody else that can help out with a med kit nearby, and then again, maybe not. Guinan, looks like you are the one with the med kit, at least up close. We have our snipers that have it. I think what we're going to do is just kind of get some overwatch as we regroup now. Kind of cover our positions here a little bit. We're up to 17, so we've gotten past the half. We're okay. You can argue we're at the halfway point, or just over the halfway point on potential enemies. So halfway there, guys. And then we got to figure out a way to get it done with a little injured action. And we're exposed now. We've been exposed. I'm okay still with one of my snipers there, but we're going to push the other one forward to take up maybe position over in this tower. Give me a line of sight over in this direction as we move forward.
Yes, sir.
Who have we got? We're just gonna parry you. No, there's no reason to parry. No active enemies at the moment. So we'll push you forward to get you in range. Maybe if somebody wanders into us, we will just get you farther forward, Keith.
Affirmative. Scanning.
And let's get my specialist up here too.
Absolutely. I think you're absolutely right.
I await their approach.
And let's see if we have any wandering pods in range. Little explosion. Best guess is we're going to have to get into this last building in the back to find the rest of them. So I'm going to get you in position up here to hopefully cover that. Data. As as we start moving people forward just a little bit. We're going to heal yourself here, Guinan.
It's me, Guinan.
And at least you're at full strength, no armor. That's small consolation, right? And let's kind of take a look at where we are maybe going to be wanting to go. We got this single building here. We got a tower ahead of us here. We got another low building on this side. So I guess we'll kind of move towards the building and tower as our immediate thrust.
Got it.
And I'm still content keeping my snipers available back here at the moment. I don't want to come down. These are very explosive, as I learned before. So we'll bring you this way.